Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. Storm Dudley might be doing some damage, but it is time to predict some 14 Premier League games for Match Week 26. And I am delighted to say that we have finally managed to get the lovely Maisy from Leeds United on. How are you, Maisy?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Doug? And it's an absolute honour to come on the channel at long last, because I know you've been asking me a few times, but I'm either working or another stream. So I'm glad I've actually got the time now to come on and do a stream with you.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. I've actually spent the day watching movies because I've just been off. We've watched Shrek 2 and Shrek 3. So it's been a nice relaxing day so far, guys. There are fixtures going across the bottom of your screen. There are 14 games to predict. So if you want to get your predictions in the live chat, then feel free to do that, or get your predictions in at the end of this video as well. So let me see, there are a few people in here. I did see Diego very early. Please share the live stream on all platforms. Absolutely. Niles in, massive good evening to Douglas and Maisy. I hope you're both well and keeping well. Yep. And if you haven't already, great show lined up this evening. Smash the like and subscribe buttons, share the stream, and also sub to Maisy and Leeds United, who's on the road to, I think that's maybe say 600 subs.
Yeah,
But I think you'd be over the moon with 600k. I'd be over the moon with 600k. Anyway,
one day, Doug, you'll get 600k. I know you will.
Yeah, we'll discuss that. There's been a lot of talk about potentially Paul Pogba on the move. Hello, Liz. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, everyone. Yes, I will be watching Liverpool Inter. Don't worry about that. That's on at 7:45 or 8 o'clock. Hello, Jade. Thank you for tuning in. Diego, Reese, and yes, and Jade. So the first one to predict is West Ham United against Newcastle United. Now, West Ham drew 2-2 with Leicester. Newcastle United have back on the bounce of 3 straight wins on the bounce. They have lost Kieran Trippier to a fractured foot, so that might be a bit of a problem for them. And I think Mankio's out as well. But you have to say, I've been very impressed with the way Newcastle have played. I thought West Ham were very fortunate to get a draw against Leicester. How do you see this one going?
This one could go either way, to be honest. I think especially with that miss of Trippier, it's going to be such a blow for Newcastle, because as well as him commanding that back line, I feel like he's commanding the pitch. He has shown leadership roles, and he is the captain for Newcastle at the moment. So he has really shown the difference in Newcastle. Newcastle have definitely improved, but they have got a couple of new signings as well. They still got Bruno, but for me, Chris Wood hasn't done too much for me, and maybe that's because he isn't necessarily getting the service what's required, but he does have a lot more people to give him the service for me compared to what he did at Burnley. So I was expecting probably a little bit better off Chris Wood, to be honest. Looking at the blow for Newcastle as well, I think it's going to be tight, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 to West Ham, because we all know how well West Ham have been. They have still got they still got the best players, still got Antonio, they still got Bowen. Bowen is one sensational player this season, and if he doesn't get into anyone's team of the season, I would be absolutely shocked.
I would be as well. The only problem is he will have Mohamed Salah to deal with that right hand side. But I suppose you could put him on the left hand side. Yeah, I've been to and fro between this game. I'm not going to lie. I did think about a Newcastle win, and then I did think about a draw. I've actually gone for a draw. I've gone 1-1. But I still think that'd be a good result for Newcastle, considering that Burnley are at Brighton, Norwich are at Liverpool. So you probably wouldn't expect Burnley or Norwich to get any points, and the Watford are at Aston Villa as well. So I think it's going to be a very interesting game. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. So let's see what some of you are saying, because I have seen a lot of people. Hello, Andrew Williams. Thank you for tuning in. Said this on a podcast. I'm actually going to go for 2-0 Newcastle, because Newcastle are on back-to-back wins over Leeds and Villa. Very interesting. Andrew saying hello to Jade. 1-1 draw, says Liz. So Liz agreed with me. Andrew saying hello to Diego. Reese Woods also going for 1-1 draw. My prediction is West Ham 0, but Newcastle United 2, says Diego. Very, very interesting. 2-0 Newcastle. Hello, Andrew, long time no see. Yes, Trippier has fractured his foot. He's fractured a bone in his foot. So he's going to be out between 4 to 8 weeks, which is a massive blow, but at least he'll be back for the sort of the running. Anyway, Andrew saying Maisy and Douglas with fireworks. Antonio has been atrocious for the last few months. Yeah, he hasn't been great, but I think that's what happens when West Ham have got a really, really small squad. And I think that's having a bearing on Antonio, especially because I think he's been with like Jamaica as well. Bone in his foot. And Shane O'Donnell, good evening to you, sir. 2-1. Oh, can I flip-flop? You can choose whatever you like, my friend. You can choose whatever you like. Yep, that, absolutely. West Ham need a bit of striker option. West Ham 2, Newcastle 1. So a bit of difference of opinions there. But we'll go on to probably, is this really a home banker? I mean, are Arsenal games really home bankers anymore? I mean, I think this game in particular, Brentford have been shocking. Has to be said. They have not been great anyway. But Arsenal, that lack of striker, I'm a little bit concerned for them. They managed to beat Wolves, which is no mean feat. Man United won 1-0 there. Liverpool won 1-0 there. Arsenal have won 1-0 there as well. But how do you see this one going? Do you guess a home win for Arsenal?
I actually do think it is going to be a home win for Arsenal. Brentford, they're not the team what we have seen of them at the beginning of the season when they was winning against Arsenal. Actually, the start of the season, they won against Wolves as well when Wolves, I'd say, was getting into the game, getting into the new manager. They had quite a good few wins. They had obviously a draw there against Liverpool. You was expecting, I was expecting Brentford to be a much more structured side. I understand they have had some injuries there with Ivan Toney, and they've had them injuries of David Raya as well, which of course is going to be a big blow. But they've really took their foot off the pedal because they've got Ivan Toney back and they've got David Raya back. They haven't got too many injuries now, and it just seems like they're not working together at all. And against Manchester City in particular, they couldn't even breathe. We all know what Manchester City is like, though, as a team. So, but I really do believe that Arsenal is going to take a win. I know they haven't got a striker, and that is extremely concerning. They do need to invest in that striker, but especially when you do look at Arsenal, even without Lacazette and of course without Aubameyang, the majority of their goals have come from the midfield anyway, of the Smith Rowe and also of Odegaard there as well. So they've already had them couple of goals from them players, and they've had of course other players there who scored. I think Gabriella scored before as well. So they've had them. They've got players who can score, but I just don't think they can go over the edge and get 3-4 goals from Brentford. So I'm going to go for just a very narrow 1-0 win for Arsenal.
1-0. Very, very interesting. Diego made a very good point, actually. Martinelli suspended. So that's very, very interesting. I've gone 2-0 Arsenal, but actually when you think about that, 1-0 might actually be a perfect score because you just do not know what Arsenal's going to turn up. And the lack of striker must be very, very worrying. So I think that is very, very true. So Niall's gone for 2-0 Arsenal. Same as me. So is Reese. Brentford 1, Arsenal 1. Ooh, I'll tell you what, that'd be a good result for Brentford. We kind of move them sort of away from the relegation. Anyway, Brentford have gone off a cliff. Arsenal will be winning this type of game 3-1 Gunners. Could be interesting. My prediction is Arsenal 0, Brentford 1. I think Martinelli suspended. Yeah, Martinelli is suspended after. Yeah, I'm going to ask you this. What did you make of the Martinelli red card at Wolves?
I agreed with it because he made 2 fouls, and what the ref was doing, he was trying to play advantage, and that is what you should do as a ref. If the foul is made, but the team who got fouled on is still got possession of the ball, then I do believe that they should carry on playing that advantage until the game goes out of play or another foul does happen. Martinelli for me made 2 fouls, and them 2 fouls were both bookable offences. So I think the ref got it absolutely spot on, in my opinion, because they were both yellow cards. And Martinelli, I think he probably thought, oh, they didn't stop the play. I didn't get a yellow card, so doesn't matter. I'll do it again.
100%. 100% agree with you. Hello to, I believe this is your dad, is it? Robert Hall. Hello, Maisy's dad. Thank you very much for tuning in. I do appreciate that. As Niall says, hello, Robert. And 2-1 Arsenal says Cedric. And Jade saying hello to Cedric. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one. The next game, I think this is a home banker because Watford away from home have been shocking. Aston Villa against Watford, but actually Watford have won 4 out of the last 5 meetings, but Aston Villa under Gerrard, if this had been under Dean Smith, then maybe Watford might have had a chance. Watford under Hodgson, I just don't think they're up to this as well. So I'm going to go for a very comfortable 2-0 to Aston Villa. How do you see this one going?
I actually think it's going to be 3-0 to Aston Villa, to be honest.
3-0?
Yeah. The reason for that, Watford have been absolutely awful, and their only 2 wins this season, I don't want to say who one of them was against, and it's embarrassing. The other one was against a very poor Everton side, who I do say is probably one of the worst sides of Everton I've ever seen. And some of the losses they've had is absolutely awful as well. Ranrera, I'm not discrediting Ranrera for what he's done, but he was just the wrong appointment for Watford, because it just felt like, in a way, Watford appointing Ranrera is kind of tarnishing his legacy for what he has done at Chelsea and what he has done for Leicester in particular in the Premier League. So I think it was definitely a wrong appointment. Watford have got basically 9 strikers. They haven't even got any defenders at all who are very good. Hodgson being a defensive kind of coach, I really don't even know what he's going to happen with that Watford side. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish bottom of the table now.
Yeah, I know, especially with the resurgence of Norwich recently, and I suppose Burnley need a couple of wins to get there. But for me, as soon as the Premier League table came out, and Watford were in there, they were one of my first teams to go down. There is yo-yo side. Same with Norwich. It's just one of those things for me. But yeah, I think Watford are good as gone now. I have to say. So let's see what some of you are saying. Went for 2-0 on Nipun's podcast because Brad always writes these down every Sunday. Very interesting. 3-1 to Villa. Interesting. 2-0 Villa. Watford will go down for me, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Cedric's going for a 5-0 thrashing for Villa. I would not be too surprised if that happens. Jacob Ramsey, Felipe Coutinho, Ollie Watkins, Danny Ings. They've talent in that Villa side. Villa are a bit patchy. Watford bad away from home. Villa 2, Watford 0. My prediction: Aston Villa 1, Watford 1. Roy will get a draw. Trust me. Yeah, Diego, I did kind of predict that you might go for wee Hodgson to get a draw. I'm good, Rob. I love a prediction show with Douglas and Maisy this evening, buddy. Well, thank you very much. All good here. Looking forward to the next quiz. Hello to Rennie B. I'm doing very well. I hope you are doing well as well. Now, Manchester United managed to get a win over Brighton, which was a big, big relief. But they are coming up against the Burnley side at the Amex. And you'll notice that all these fixtures are basically the first fixture from earlier in the season. So all the fixtures have sort of turned around, and now obviously the clubs that were at home first, they are now obviously away. But Brighton against Burnley, I don't see many goals, but Weghorst is doubtful because he got an injury against Liverpool. And I think that the one thing for me is I worry to see where the goals come from Burnley if Weghorst is injured. So with that being said, Brighton created a lot of chances against Manchester United. Absolutely did. I mean, Moder, if he had shooting boots on, he would have probably scored. Basuma, I think, hit the bar. I think there were another couple of players that hit the bar as well, but take nothing away. I know Lewis Dunk is injured, but Brighton, for me, at home, I'm going to go 1-0 Brighton. I think it'll be a narrow victory, but I think Burnley are as good as gone. Maisy?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, to be honest, because Lewis Dunk is obviously suspended due to that foul on Alanga. We've got, of course, they've got real good threats in that team. Marpey has already equalised his goals from last season, so it shows how well informed he's doing. We've seen Trossard, he's brilliant as well. He's doing good. And Danny Welbeck, even though he didn't score against us, he still looks very hungry for a goal. And that Brighton side, I don't think that we was clinical enough, but if obviously, of course, there was that worst situation, they could have easily got a goal against us or two. But I think it's also going to go for a very narrow one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 for Burnley, because 2-1 for Brighton, sorry. I do genuinely believe that, especially with Lewis Dunk being out, it does weaken Brighton's side a little bit, because Lewis Dunk is a very professional, very experienced centre-back, and I do believe that is Brighton's best centre-back. So it'd be interesting to see on how they will do without him. And we've seen that Rodriguez scored against us, so if they go on a counter-attack like they've done, I'm sure they could probably easily get a goal if that is the case. So I think it's going to be a 2-1 there for Brighton.
2-1 Brighton. Yeah, I think most people will probably go for a Brighton win. But actually, noticing in the chat, Rennie's gone for a 1-1 draw, and then Niall's gone to say, "Sorry to say this, I know this will never happen a month of Sundays. This is my 0-0." Well, very interesting you say that. Last meeting actually at the Amex was 0-0, but I don't see it this time. Shane O'Donnell go for 1-0 Brighton, same as me. Week 1 reversed, 1-0 Brighton, says Reese. My prediction is Brighton 0, Burnley 1. Deitch is due a win. He is due a win. Will it come there?
He's only got 1 win this season, and that was actually against a 3-0 for Brentford.
It was indeed. No draw. Losing the will to live. Burnley are a boring team to watch. Yeah, Dan's not in the chat, so you're quite safe from that. Burnley getting relegated. I think they're good as gone, to be honest. 2-0 Brighton. Burnley finally showing some fight. Brighton are decent. 2-1 Seagulls, says Andrew. Hello, Balam. Close but 1-0 Brighton, says Cedric. 0-0 boring match. Carl Eraser, thank you for tuning in. 1-1. Hi, Balam. Who was the high scorer last week? Now that's a good question. It was Chris Welsh. Chris Welsh got 9 points. You got 6 points last week. So, a lot of you actually beat me. My guest, Paul, he got 7 because he got Leicester West Ham spot on. So, definitely well done to him. Welbeck when fit is very underrated. I put the wrong prediction. Okay. For any Man U fans, thank you for beating Brighton.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hello to our good guest with our red kit. Yeah. Well done, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. And now, Diego, we will be speaking about Crystal Palace. Gone off the boil slightly, but this is Chelsea's first game since obviously being crowned World Club Cup champions. So obviously congratulations to Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea. But going away to a Crystal Palace side, Selhurst Park has actually been a bit of a stumbling block for Chelsea in recent years. But I look at this Chelsea side, they'll be wanting to try and get more wins under their belt. And I think they will sneak it here. I'm gonna go for a very, very close game. I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely going to be a close game for me. Looking at the Premier League table, Chelsea has only won 1 in their last 5, despite them, of course, winning that FIFA World Cup. So Chelsea aren't even really in that much good form this season. These past so many games, I think they've probably dropped off ever since they actually did play against Manchester United back in November. That's when I did see a little bit of a downfall. Crystal Palace, they have definitely transformed compared to Roy Hodgson's boring ball. They've gone to Patrick Vieira, interesting ball. But Crystal Palace, they haven't won at all in the last 5 games. But they can score a goal or two. They've got Conor Gallagher there. They've got Edouard there. They've got Zaha there as well. So they've got players who can really score. But Chelsea, their side, the way they have set up, it's extremely hard to actually break down because of diamond formation, and knowing that another advantage for Chelsea, they've got Mendy back from AFCON. So he will be, for me, definitely starting, as well as, of course, they'll have Thiago Silva, Rudiger there. I know there's me for Chelsea to get the win, but I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 for Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. Yeah, I think it'll be a very, very narrow win for sure. Right, up we go. Reece saying 3-1 Chelsea. Rennie saying 4-0 Chelsea. Shane going for a 1-1 draw. Very interesting. Said this on Nippons. This is my shock. You know what, Douglas and Maisy? I'm going for 2-1 Palace. Ooh, Niall. That's very interesting. 1-1, they are still drunk. Let's go and going 2-1 Chelsea. Andrew Williams, Chelsea are so tepid recently. Champions League may get their fires burning. Palace 2, Chelsea 3. Very, very interesting. Carla Asia. Reese, hello. Hope you're doing well. 3-1 Crystal Palace. Very, very interesting. Oh, no. My prediction is Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1, as Maisy has just gone off the screen a little bit. I think she had frozen there, actually. My Eagle heart says a Palace 1-0 victory. Very, very interesting. Carl is saying that they're still drunk. Heidi Russell, how are you? 2-1 Palace. That is my shock. Yeah, I've just seen that now. I'm still living Andy. Cheers. Hope all is good. Yeah, Maisy will be back very, very shortly. But yeah, this is the kind of game. That you know we've obviously said recently that Chelsea struggle in. Chelsea do struggle in these kind of games, but they have won the last 5 against Crystal Palace, and I'm going to say that they'll win the last 6 as well. Liz saying, hey, Reece, sending love and light to you. Yeah, absolutely. Reece, hope you're doing well, mate. I really, really do. For sure. Jade Exley. Hello, Reece, you okay? Yes, good here. Looking forward to Inter Liverpool. Yes. Funnily enough, Andrew, I don't know if you said it to me or not, but you think this is Liverpool's easiest tie of the round? We'll see. That's a nip in poor Wi-Fi. Yeah. I aim to beat Mike Green in the quiz tonight. That should take my mind away from the upcoming funeral. Oh, is it tomorrow? Reece? Good evening to Jordan Hyman. Hope you are doing well. And yes, you did. Very, very interesting. Indeed. Maisy's back.
My internet has gone off, so I've got to use my phone.
Oh, bless you. No, that's all right. Easy 3-0 win. Very, very interesting. Speaking of Liverpool, they come up against the Norwich City side, who will be visiting Anfield for the this is the first time in the Premier League this season, but they will be meeting in the Cup as well. I'm going to be totally honest here. I think Liverpool are going to go a little bit goal crazy against Norwich. I know Norwich have picked up recently, but 4-0 against Manchester City, never laid a glove on City. And I feel that they'll go to Anfield, and I just think they'll just get picked off. So I'm going 5-0 Liverpool.
I actually think it's going to be a goal fest as well for Liverpool. I think they've got no breathing space whatsoever. They've already had a couple of goal fests already. Man City against Norwich, Chelsea against Norwich, even Arsenal against Norwich. So I can't see that Liverpool are not going to want to go all out all over again, especially knowing that they've got Mane, they've got Mo Salah back there as well. So they're going to probably want to try and get that goal difference a lot higher, because at the end of the day, the goal difference can easily help you win titles as well. We've seen it in the past in the Premier League that sometimes it's the goal difference that matters. So I'm actually going to go for a 4-0 win for Liverpool.
4-0. Yeah, I think whatever you say, it'll probably be 3-4. It could be 5. It could be anything really. I think it could be. Interesting. Anyway, 2-1, 2-1 Palace for me. Maisy, just in case you missed it. Yeah, Maisy went for 2-1 Chelsea. Niall. Reese is going Liverpool 7, Norwich 0. And then Rennie's brought that up with 9-0. Well, I don't think it'll be 9, but we'll see. Easy 4-0 win, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Carl 5-0. Liverpool own Norwich 4-0. 4-0 Liverpool. 5-0 Liverpool. 4-0. 3-0. It was 2-1 to Chelsea as well. I don't think this is going to be any 5-0. This game is a very interesting one because Southampton against Everton. Everton beat Southampton 3-1 earlier in the season, but I've been very, very impressed with the way Southampton played against Manchester United. I thought Southampton should have won that game. I thought they were very, very good, and especially Che Adams in that game as well. Everton picked up a 3-0 win over Leeds United. This is a hard one to call. I'm going to just say that Saints are going to pick up on their recent good form. I'm going to go 2-1 to Southampton. What are you going for, Maisy?
I think it's going to be a Southampton win as well. The phrase is, you can't polish a turd. That's what I'm going to say about Everton. You can't polish that team. It's an awful, awful team. Yes, they'll get the odd win now and again. Frank Lampard, he's got a big, massive job in his hands. It's not like the Derby team where he still had Mason Mount. He's got, I would say, some of them players are uncoachable. So it is going to be a very hard team to break down. 6 wins out of 22 this season. Goal difference isn't massively bad, but I know they've got Dele Alli, they've got Donny, and Donny, of course, got man of the match. But especially with this Southampton side, it's hard to break down. It's hard to get into these tight spaces. I think it is going to be a little bit of a struggle for Everton, and I think perhaps it's going to be a 1-0 to Southampton. I think they'll just Southampton. Get it. I think the Chelsea loanee might actually score. Broja, is it called?
Broja. Yeah. I did think about that. I couldn't get his name out of my head. For sure. Dean Smith is a fraud. Liverpool 10, Norwich 0. Won't happen, but will be nice. Southampton 3, Everton 1, says Reese. Southampton 2, Everton 1, says Shane. 1-1 draw, says Niall. 2-2, says Liz, as does Rennie. 3-2 Southampton, bit of a goal fest for sure for Carl. Southampton, very underrated team, 2-1 win for them. Yeah, I think Southampton are going to win this. 1-1 draw, hard for me to tell. If Southampton win, they'll have enough to stay up. They win away to Tottenham. They have a good style of play. Southampton, yeah, definitely. Big up, people. Great to come to the English Premier League this weekend as champions of the world. Yes, and Kit. I think you'll be very, very happy. Southampton deserves so much respect for how they play. Couldn't give a rat's ass about the likes of Norwich and Watford, who are stripper clubs. Southampton consistently prove why I like him as a neutral. Yeah, and especially Hasenhüttl as well. Always great to listen to Douglas and Maisie's views. Thank you. Congratulations, says Liz. Let's smash the likes all. Yes, Broja is fantastic. Hope we keep him. Interesting. Thank you. 2-1 Southampton as well. My prediction is Southampton 0, Everton 2. Lamps will get Everton up. Interesting. 2-0 Saints. If you want Yuri, 90 million plus Donny van de Beek. There we go. There we go.
No, it's a bit too expensive. We got robbed out of Harry Maguire. I don't think we want to make the same mistake.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very, very true. The next game is the evening kickoff. It is Manchester City against Tottenham. I'm going to be totally honest here. Tottenham are rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I watched them against Wolves. What the hell was Ben Davies doing? What the hell was Hugo Lloris doing? Like, honestly, 4-0 City. I think they're going to get ripped apart. 4-0 City.
You know what? Tottenham is a very overrated side. How people thought they're going to get into the Champions League because of Conte, I don't have a clue. Yes, Conte is a good manager, but Tottenham side, there's no words to describe it. And after Conte saying that Eric Dyer is a world-class centre-back, I have no words. I simply have no words if he thinks he's a world-class centre-back. But Manchester City, 4 wins out of 5. Tottenham
Yeah.
have only had 2 wins out of 5. They've lost the last 3 games, and I hope they win. I actually hope that Man City does beat Tottenham, because Tottenham, for me, they're very overrated, and people
Yeah.
need to realise that just because they have got Conte in the team, a well-known, respected manager, does not mean that they can win the leagues, they can win trophies, they can get into the
Yeah.
Champions League. And this is what people need to start realising. Not always Conte ball will suit any other team. So I'm actually going to go for a 3-1 for Manchester City.
3-1.
I think they will. Yeah, I think they will probably concede, but probably not by Harry Kane.
I've never rated Hugo Lloris as a goalkeeper. I always think he's prone to a mistake. I always think he's been prone to a mistake, and that's just for me, for sure. I have seen that Mr. Glenn Kitely is in the chat. Hello, Glenn. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, legends. I appreciate that. Jordan saying hello to Anka. Hassan Hill should be managing a Big Six club. Fact. But people rate Steve Bruce more because they're extremely delusional and inconsistently mug Ralph for the 9-0s with concluded red cards. FFS 100%. And Steve Bruce hasn't started well at West Brom either. So you've got to ask yourself that. Now, hello, Glenn says Niall. Hi, Jordan Bro. Lol, Maisy. Reese going for a goal fest. Man City 4, Spurs 3. Liz saying hello to Glenn. 3-2 City says Niall. 2-2 Carl. I think that's been very, very ambitious, but you never know. You never know. 3-1 Man City. 5-0 Man City. 3-0 Man City. 3-2 City be one of those games. Spurs made a huge mistake getting people from other leagues midway. Won't work for me. Poor Conte. Yeah. Do you think Conte will be at Spurs by the end of the season?
No. I think by the end of the season he'll leave, because he's one of them managers who will put up with stuff, and Spurs won't back Conte in anything that he'll want, because we all know the kind of board directors, owners that Tottenham have. And Conte, for me, is an ambitious manager. He goes to clubs to win trophies. We've seen that at Chelsea. We have seen that at Inter Milan as well. He isn't going to want to stay at Tottenham very, very long if he's not getting anywhere, especially knowing that a lot of his players too are quite out of form.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Kulusevski and Bentancur was their only. They could have had Luis Diaz, they could have had Rafinha, but Luis Diaz wanted Liverpool and Rafinha wanted to go back to Barcelona. So, what can you do? Glancing hello to Liz. They do have games in hand, but I have to agree with Maisy. Spurs are so flaky. Son always scores versus City 3-1 City. Man City are the stronger team in the Premier League. Yeah, Man City are relentless right now. City 5-0 is in the history of the Tottenham, says Glenn. I knew an Arsenal fan would say that. My prediction: City 2, Spurs 2. Shock result of the weekend. Ooh, interesting. Coy thinks Dyer's world class. He's on drugs. Thinking, how deluded is that by Conte to say that about Eric Dyer? I was embarrassed. Yeah, I did see that. Just don't sleep on Kane from deep positions, even though I cannot stand the stroppy melt. And Son is lightning quick. Counter-attacking goals could easily cause issues against City. Yeah, that'll be a good one to watch, actually. Saturday tea time, for sure. It'd be hysterical if Spurs actually beat City. If Spurs beat City, then, if Spurs beat City, the gap would be down to 6 points. If, we go on and beat...
I'm sure they did it. I'm sure they did it at the start of the season, didn't they?
Yeah, 1-0, I think it was. I think Son scored that day as well.
Yes, he did.
But yeah, Liz, if City lose to Tottenham, we beat Leeds on Wednesday, the gap's down to 3 points. Mental. Absolutely mental. Conte's only bigging up his player before he binned him this summer. Conte being clever, not delusional. Surely Spurs won't do the double over City. City watching yesterday may take it easy subconsciously, though, so City to win just 3-1. Just 3-1. Interesting. 4-1 says Leeds. Reese, I should say. City better playing away. That's why draw will be good for us too. Yeah. Conte will get sacked at the end of the season. I think he'll be gone. I think he'll walk. Conte could still, funnily enough, still become Man United manager. Ha ha ha. Conte or Enrique shake-up is what they need but cannot handle. Spurs are literally poo this season. That's That's one way to describe it. Diego says, please subscribe to the Dugout Football channel and Devils Unite. I'll set notifications on. Absolutely. Yes, they did. You're right. I remember Spurs 6, Man United 1. Yes, but that was obviously away, and they are better away as well. Speaking of United, we have one of the biggest rivalries reignited. This is Leeds United against Manchester United. Leeds United, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 3-0 defeat to Everton. How you can get beat by this Everton side, I'll never know. Man United managed to beat Brighton, which was a big, big win as well. Funnily enough, this fixture last year was 0-0. This ain't going to be 0-0, especially the way Leeds can't defend. Man United starting to slowly get scoring goals again. I'm going to go 3-1 Man United. I don't see Leeds getting anything out of this game. So I'm going to go 3-1 Man United. I don't know if that's being kind to Leeds or I'm going 3-1. What are you going for, Maisy?
This is actually going to be an interesting game, to be honest, because Leeds last season, they were amazing, and I can't discredit Leeds. As much as they was my rivals last season, I actually enjoyed watching them. I actually enjoyed the way they played, and I'll never say anything nice about my rivals, but they've been brilliant. It was brilliant last season, and to come in, they're in 15th at the moment, so they're roughly around I'm trying to think now. They're roughly around 7-8 points from relegation. So they're not. It's not too alarming for Leeds. I think they'll probably stay up. But the defence is awful. The goalkeeper, far too young. People probably say, well, people have young goalkeepers, but he just for me isn't Premier League worthy.
A bit raw, isn't he?
Goal scorers. Yeah. They've got good goal scorers, but they've had a lot of injuries. Patrick Bamford being out, Calvin Phillips in and out of the squad all season as well. So they're missing out on a lot of players. And I do in a way feel sorry for Leeds that the fact that they've had so many injuries to the point they're using their under 23s at most games. They're using at least one under 23 or an under 18.
Yeah.
Yet you've got teams who are considered the big six who are actually getting the games postponed over injuries and not COVID. And I do see that it's quite unfair. But Leeds have been one of them teams who have just got on with it. They've not complained once. Manchester United, the last time we actually scored more than 2 goals, that was against Brentford a couple of weeks ago. In the space of 3 games, so not including yesterday's game, we've had over 60 total shots and we managed 3 goals. And you do look at that, and it's very alarming knowing that the players we do have are the Cristiano Ronaldo, the Jadon Sancho, the Bruno Fernandes. It is extremely alarming. But I do think that it is going to be 2-1 for Manchester United. I do think that we will get 2 goals, but we just don't have it in us to score more than 2 goals at the moment. And I think especially with the threat Leeds do have with, of course, Rafinha. They've also got Dan James, who is actually playing as a false 9 at the moment. Still being a little bit better than Adama Traore. But we've seen that he can play that false 9, and I think it could be a little bit eye-opening when he's playing against his former team. He'll probably want to try and get that goal to prove our point. Say, look, I'm happy where I am here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? I was to and fro in between a 2-1 win, but I just think that Leeds defence will just give you chances, and I think you'll finish them. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-1. Reese says, I remember 6-1 as well, but Spurs trophy cabinet got nothing from it. Good point. Hello, James Dunlop. I'm good. Hope you're good as well. Man United 4, Leeds 2, says Reese. Jason hello to James. Carlson 2-1. I think that was probably for the last game. Oh, yeah, City's Tottenham. That would be. 3-0 Man United. Can't stand Leeds. We've really never ended up 9-0. It's not ended 9-0. Definitely not. Leeds 1, Manchester United 3. Hi, Jade. I really want Leeds to win, says Rennie. 2-1 Leeds. Interesting. Leeds will be up for it. 2-1 Manx. Yeah, I think Manx will be win that. Leeds scum. Yeah. Leeds 4-1. United. What? Whoa. United are atrocious. Wow.
That is surprising.
That's being bold and being very, very bold. 4-1 Leeds. That could be very interesting if that. Leeds 1, Manchester United 3. Leeds United against us were so open at the back, but they play that way all the time. Yeah, there's been a lot of rumours about Bielsa potentially moving on after this season. Dan James against Rashford. Yeah. 3-0 for United for me. Better if United won 9-0. My prediction is Leeds 0, Manchester United 3. Pogba needs to start, I think. Yeah, definitely. I don't feel sorry for them. Fuck them. Yeah. That is fair enough. Do you think Ralph will get it at the end of the season? I think he's going to move upstairs, isn't he?
Yeah, he is going to be moving upstairs as it stands. He has actually got a 2-year consultancy role now. Whatever this consultancy role entails to, not a clue. But that's what he is got told, that he's got the consultancy role. He's definitely going to stay till the end of the season. I can't see him getting sacked from the as a manager and then moving upstairs. No. It wouldn't make any sense. You don't really hardly any see into a manager's getting sacked, really. They just put up with him. But I think what will happen, he'll probably move upstairs. If I was Ralph, I'd be like, nah, I'm off. Yeah. And hopefully, by the looks of it, I'm hoping we'll get Ten Hag, but knowing the board, we'll probably get a Poch.
Yeah, I think so. This is a good question from Diego. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo can play 3 games within 1 week? Could he be rested for the Atletico game?
No, I don't think he'll be rested for the Atletico game, especially knowing the form that, like the goal record he has against Atletico Madrid. I think that he will be getting used for Atletico, and I think if he is going to be dropped, most likely it will be for this game, because now we're 2 points clear in top 4. And as well, we're only a win and a draw away from 3rd place with Chelsea to be joint 3rd. So yeah. We're not even that far into getting into 3rd place if we truly tried. I think if this is the game for me, most likely that he would be dropped, and I would like to see Edinson Cavani, because we always know how Edinson Cavani is. He will find balls. When he has the opportunity, he will score.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Randy proofing nothing here in Germany. How they decided to... Well, that's the thing. United are fraudulent. Lucky against Brighton. That's been better than 100 years. Swansea fan. United will beat Leeds. Let's be real. I'm sorry, but I'm saying Ronaldo isn't going to go in it. This was the thing. This was the thing that was very, very funny. Messi missed the penalty last night, and then about 6 seconds later, Ronaldo put his Man United 1-0 up. It was just a very, very strange. He is proving he won't get the sack. He's moving upstairs to work in the role best suited to him. Niall, call as I see it, we are a joke. Messi's still a goal, but Ronaldo has outscored them this season. Leeds will be massively up for it. Our players will shit out at Elland Road. Interesting. My Aunt Marge has been so ill for long that we've started to call her. I can't believe she's not better. What? My Aunt Marge has been so ill for so long that we've started to call her. Sorry, Chris, I've completely lost you there. Anyway, I hope you're doing well as well.
Man's butter. I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh yeah. Good one. Ronaldo should get assists from Mo. That would be explosive but impossible. Yeah, we're not getting him. The good thing for United is Leeds defensively are shambolic. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Helen, thank you for tuning in. Leeds are bad at the back, but we are clownish. Hi, Helen. Hi. Whoops, it's Daisy. Hi, Maisy. Nice to put a face to the name. Yes.
Hi.
Absolutely. Go and subscribe to Devils United. You will see much more of her as well. Hiya, Jade. 2 mad defenses. The only difference is who scores more, really. Yeah. Lol, Chris. Jimmy Carr is safe, Chris. FFS. May's got the job before you. Yeah, I did not... I did not get that. I did not get that at all. But speaking of your side, Chris, well, it's a big week for Leicester. They are in a rivalry with Wolves, but they have to beat Randers. Otherwise, I think if you don't beat Randers, who I think are the lowest ranked side left in the Europa Conference League, I think Rodgers will probably be getting his P45 if he loses to Wolves. I think you will lose to Wolves. I think I've been very impressed with Wolves. I think they're an outside bet for top 4. I really, really am. So I'm going to go 2-0 Wolves. What about you, Bill? What about you, Maisy?
When you do look at Leicester, they aren't the team what we have seen from Leicester in the past. They've got a goal difference of -5 as it stands. 7 wins out of 22. They've had more losses than they've had wins this season. 1 win in 5 games. Wolves are, for me, Bruno Lage, he was actually predicted to be one of the first managers to be sacked. And look what he's done for Wolves. Despite the earlier games in the season where he was getting them losses, getting them draws, his substitutes were a little bit for me. He's really turned it around for me. He's only had 1 loss in 5, 7th place. So as it stands, he is in contender role for the Europa Conference League, and that would be brilliant for Wolves to get into that. Very well defensively. Just what their problem is, it is goal scorers. Jimenez doesn't really seem the same player anymore since his injury, and the goals you really see it is from their midfield at the moment. I think Wolves are extremely hard to break down, but I am going to go for a 2-0 for Wolves.
2-0 for Wolves, so same as me. Yeah, I think you'll be absolutely right. As well, yes, people. I have just seen the Liverpool team. It is as follows: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago. Harvey Elliott starts. Elliott starts in the Champions League for the first time, and Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, and Diogo Jota. Oh, that is exciting. Harvey Elliott starts against Inter Milan. That's a big, big game for him to start, but we'll see what happens anyway. So 2-0 Leicester City, West Fofana back. Yeah, West Fofana should be back pretty soon. That was a better. Chris didn't get the joke either. You're not alone. 2-1 Wolves in this one. Wolves 1, Leicester 0. Carl going for a 2-1 to Leicester. Interesting. Wolves 2, Leicester 1. He will be said before the end of the season. A chance to rebuild. I'm going 2-2. Ooh. Could we get another 4-3? To be fair, Chris, it would be nice if Leicester were on the end of a 4-3 against Wolves, because the last couple of times you've had 4-3s, Wolves have won. So that could be interesting. Wolves 2, Leicester 1. Wouldn't rule out Wolves for a top 6 finish. Top 4 isn't impossible as well, as I was just saying that for sure. My prediction is Wolves 2, Leicester 0. Reese going for a 0-0 draw. Interesting. Go for it, guys. We love being the underdogs. Yeah, I've just seen that, Niall. 2-1 Wolves. Leicester can't defend to save themselves. Leicester was good against Liverpool. Yeah, they were. They were. What do you like so much about Man United, Maze?
I'm sure Doug doesn't know what the appeal is for Manchester United. So, but I've loved Manchester United ever since I was a young girl. 6-year-old me watching the game. All my family have always been Manchester United supporters. My granddad, my dad, me. And I just remember watching it so young, and it was before the Champions League final, but it was like round back in 2006 era time, and watching like Ruud van Nistelrooy, I was absolutely amazed, thinking, wow.
Oh, he was amazing.
I was just watching him constantly, looking at him like, wow, how did he just get that in there? Oh, it's him.
No,
I just absolutely loved it.
Van Nistelrooy is probably your best fox in the box striker. I would probably argue that since him and Van Persie, you haven't really had a fox in the box.
No.
I would have to say. Have a great night, all. Maisy, it was great seeing you, says Liz. Hi, Liz. Thiago, not my choice. Hi, Niall. Hi, Helen. You okay? Shut it. Thank you. Lars right up there for Manager of the Year for me. Yes. Him, Moyes, Hasenhüttl, definitely. Hello to the lovely Sophie Richards, Ladies in Red. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you are doing well. I know you're on there. Is that 8 o'clock?
Yeah, 8 o'clock I'm on Ladies in Red.
Well, I'll be multitasking because I'll have Sophie on, and I'll have the Liverpool game on. So I'll be able to do that. Do you think Pats and Dak will be firing? Yeah, I think Pats and Dak will be able to fire Leicester soon, for sure. Wow, what a team! Yeah, unbelievable. Harvey Elliott starting in the midfield, fantastic. Evening, Sophie. Hope you're well. Hey James, I hate sitting in traffic because I always get.
Nobody's granddad jokes, Chris.
Hello, Sophie. Okay, 2-0 Wolves. Leicester till I die. That's bad. That is bad. Gattuso. Ooh, interesting. Hey, Helen. Yeah, I'm good. Sophie, looking forward to 8 p.m. And cool. Right. Now we will move on to the 4 games that were being rearranged due to demonetized virus. Not going to say it in case I get demonetized. Burnley against Tottenham. Quite simple, really. Burnley 1 win at Turf Moor all season. Tottenham have got a good recent record against Burnley. 1-0 Spurs. I think it will be a very, very, very timid and tepid performance from Burnley, and I just think Tottenham will just have too much. I'm going to go 1-0 to Spurs. What about you, Maisy?
I actually think it's going to be a draw, 1-1 draw for Burnley and Tottenham. Tottenham in the best of forms. Burnley, we know that Burnley can put a good performance up against big teams, so I think they will try and aim for at least a point, especially knowing they're at home as well. They're obviously a miles better team at home than they are away, so I'm going to go for a draw. They've actually had one of the most draws in the bottom half of the table. Crystal Palace also with 11 there too, and Southampton, so they have got equally the same amount of draws as 2 other clubs, so it'll be very interesting, and I think they'll play out for at least a draw.
A draw 1-1. Very, very interesting. For sure. Ooh, Douglas comes on my channel and does this. It's revenge. Yeah. Let me think. Let me get one back at you, Chris. Right. I probably said this one. Yeah. Why does Handel not go shopping? Because he's Baroque. There you go. Yeah, big show at 8 p.m. Looking forward to it. We can actually talk about a win and a clean sheet. Yeah, exactly. A clean sheet. Manchester United having a clean sheet is surprising these days. But yeah, De Gea's been your player of the season by far. 2-0 Spurs. Rennie says, hey, Chris. Fans of Leicester similar to Schalke Blues here. James saying 1-0 Tottenham. Sophie going for 2-1 Spurs. 1-0 Tottenham. 1-0 Tottenham. Spot you likes 1-0 Tottenham. My Jackson 1-1 says Diego. I didn't quite catch the back 4 though. Alexander-Arnold, Kanate, Van Dijk, and Robertson. So Matip has been rested. I think it's safe to say he'll be back in against probably Norwich. Anyway, now we will go to a London derby. Watford against Crystal Palace. These two sides hate each other, but with the attacking prowess of Conor Gallagher, Wilfred Zaha, Odsonne Edwards, Olise, I think Eze. I can only see Crystal Palace winning this. I'm going 2-0 Palace. I think, as we said earlier, I think Watford are as good as gone. And I feel sorry for Emmanuel Dennis as well. I think Emmanuel Dennis is one of those players who's been fantastic for Watford, but it's a losing battle for Watford for me. So I'm going to go 2-0 Palace.
Yeah. The only 2 good players, like you say, Dennis for Watford and Sarr, they're the only 2 players who has really stood out for Watford. Hodgson, he ain't suited for that job. I'm going to go for 3-1 for Crystal Palace. I do think Watford, with the 2 goal scorers that they do have, they will potentially probably get a goal, because Crystal Palace have conceded a fair few goals this season. They have conceded 35 goals this season so far, and that's out of 24, so we know that their defence isn't exactly brilliant, so I think Watford will get one pass, but I think they will build that up and they'll get a 3-1 win.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Carl's going for 1-0. Actually, that was the last game. 2-2 draw says Rennie. 1-0 Palace says James. Carl going 3-3. Interesting. 2-1 Palace or 3-2 Palace. My prediction is Watford 1, Crystal Palace 3. Royal will get a good reception from the Eagles away fans. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely will as well. Oh, okay. Thank you. I think that was about Liverpool's back four. The next game is Wednesday, and it is the rearranged game that was meant to be played on Boxing Day, believe it or not. Liverpool against Leeds United. This fixture finished 4-3 last season, but I just think Liverpool have got so much strength and depth that, like City, they've probably got two teams that they could play. You know, that they could field two teams against a Leeds side, but I'm going to give Leeds a goal because I think they always seem to score against us at Anfield. But I'm going to go 3-1 to Liverpool.
I'm going to go for a 5-2 for Liverpool. I think it will be a goal.
Wow.
I think it's going to be a goal fest for Liverpool, but I think Leeds will sneak one or two in with the likes of Rafinha there in the squad. So I do think it is going to be a 5-2 win. Still got Jack Harrison there as well, who's actually recently got a hat-trick. So with the likes of Liverpool, what they've got, it is going to be a high-scoring game for me.
Yeah. Very interesting. 5-2. I would take 5-2. That would be very interesting. 4-0 Liverpool, says Rennie. James saying 4-0. I'd be amazed if Leeds only keep it at 1-0. Yeah. Absolutely indeed. And there are more comments coming in. Very true. My prediction is Liverpool 2, Leeds United 1. There will be a red card in this game, I reckon. Ooh.
There was a red card on the last time with Pascal Struck, is he called?
Pascal Struck, yeah.
On the Harvey Elliott foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, they really need to buy quality players, not just loan deals. The stadium is shite, but my heart goes out to them. I think that's about Watford. 2-1 Watford. That would be very, very interesting if that happened. And the final game to predict is a game that was played a couple of weeks ago. It's Arsenal against Wolves. Now, Wolves have got a decent record at the Emirates, and I think that's going to continue. I think Wolves are going to do an Arsenal. I think Wolves are going to get the result that Arsenal got at Molineux, and I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves.
I agree. I think it's going to be a 1-0 to Wolves as well, just due to the fact that Wolves have got a good record at the Emirates. Plus, I just can't see Arsenal maintaining 2 wins, because they're obviously 2 recent wins against Wolves, to be honest. I think Bruno Lage will definitely look into this further and to see what went wrong for the squad and try and change it ready for the next game.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with you. Niall going for 3-0 Liverpool. Shane going 6-0. I think if it's 6-0, I think Bielsa will either walk. He doesn't get sacked anyway. Rennie's going for 3-0 Wolves away at the Emirates. That would be some result. I remember Villa did it a couple of years ago. We did it last season with 3-0 against Arsenal. So yeah, you could be right. 5-0 LFC, says Helen. 1-0 Wolves. Arsenal squad depth is light, especially with the amount of sending offs they're getting. Yeah. 15 red cards under Mikel Arteta. I don't know if that's just a disciplinary issue or just something like that. It's very strange. Yeah, definitely. My prediction is Arsenal 1, Wolves 2, just a good hunch. Niall going for 3-0 Liverpool. Niall, what's your Arsenal Wolves prediction? 2-0 Palace, just catching. Oh, you're just catching up. I see. Leeds rely too heavily on Phillips and Bamford. That is a fact and a half, Helen. Absolute fact, that for sure. So that is all the games that we've got through. We managed to get through these in just under an hour as well. Maisy, thank you very, very much for coming on. We've tried to get you on for a wee while now, and as you said, you've been busy. I've been busy, but it's great to get you on as well. Just share your socials before you go.
Thank you for having me on, Doug. It's been a pleasure. You can find me on my Twitter, which is at @2_MUFC Maze, and you can find me on my my YouTube, which is Devils United. I do Manchester United content, both for the men and the women's football, so you can catch it through there if you're interested in learning more about the women's game as well as the men's.
Absolutely. No, it's been a pleasure to get you on as well. Sorry, mate. Well, wait, I said 3-1 Wolves on Nippon. 3-1 Wolves. Okay. Arsenal will get 2 red cards, I think. But also will either walk or be sacked at the end of the season, in my opinion. 3-1 Wolves. Well done, Douglas and Maisy. See you just shortly. Yeah, you've got a preview now for Man United Leeds. I'll definitely tune into that. Tune into that. Agree, Helen, and well done all. Guys, if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to Devils United. Fantastic channel. Maisy follows the women's team. She does fantastic vlogs as well. So go and follow her. She does very hard quizzes as well. I must commend you on your quiz. I mean, I'm third in that, and third in your league at the moment, which is quite impressive. But no, it's been a pleasure. Guys, enjoy the Champions League tonight. We're about to play Inter Milan. I think that's about an 8 o'clock kickoff. Maisy is just about to do a preview for Manchester United Leeds United, so check that out. And I will see you all very, very soon. And we will see what happens in these 14 games this weekend. But until then, it is goodbye from the both of us. And we shall see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.